Good question. I'm not 100% sure. Have to go and look and see what's going on. It should be close, but sometimes I just have to be patient and just give
Yeah.
it time. Let's see. It should be logging in now. Hello, everyone. April Cox here. We are just logging in for our weekly open Q&A. Ask me anything about self-publishing. I have been at this as somebody who has launched and helped launch more than 1,500 books and have been working through publishing my own books, but also have a number of self-publishing courses and various different nonfiction books and things that and I'm enjoying helping authors work through this process of self-publishing. Um, so go ahead and post your questions in the chat here with me online. And for those of you that are seeing this on YouTube, welcome. Happy to have you. Feel free to post into the chat and tell me where you're watching from and what I can do to help you with your self-publishing questions. So I'm just gonna also, if you want to join me live, you can come. I'll put the link here, aprilcox.com/events will redirect you to the Zoom that we have going on right now. So Pat came up with a good question to start out with today, and that is around identifiers. Do you need ISBNs? Do you need Library of Congress number? What are the identifiers that you need to make sure that you are publishing in a way that it parallels what the traditional publishers do? So I am happy to walk through that. First of all, I want to say that the ISBNs are typically the kind of like the social security number for books. It's the identity for that particular book. When you purchase, when you are creating those for your book, you are going, typically, if you're in the US, you're going to myidentifiers.com. That is Boker's site. And they are the authority in where you should be purchasing your ISBNs from. I know that um, places like Amazon will allow you to have a free ISBN, or same thing with Ingram Spark, or they might say, purchase your ISBNs through us. Don't do that. Just go and create your own publisher account with Boker. If you happen to be with in a country that allows you to get free ISBNs like Canada, then I'm completely jealous and you won't have to pay for those ISBNs. If you're in the US, you'll pay $295 for a pack of 10, which is if you're purchasing them in a single ISBN, it's like 125. So it's much better to get the pack of 10 because when you are publishing a book, you're going to have uh, an ISBN for each format. So for me, I will create an ISBN for my ebook, my paperback, my hardcover, my audiobook. That's 4 different ISBNs. And then I also will put out an activity book, which I use an additional ISBN for that. So you want to make sure that you have enough ISBNs to carry you forward. If you're in other countries like Australia, for example, there's Thorpe Boker, right? If you're not 100% sure if you're outside of the US and Canada and you really need to know where do you go, what's the official website for purchasing your ISBNs, then just go Google that. Like I said, it depends on your country, where you're coming in from, and make sure that you get it from a reputable source so that you indeed can be listed as the publisher and be able to go through that. So the first thing you'll do is get your ISBNs. You're going to fill out that information when you look at actually, I'll go into my account here. So at least I can show you what we're talking about. This is this is Boker, myidentifiers.com. And when you are on this site, you're going to have the ability, I'll just sign into my own. Hopefully, I will remember. the right password. All right. Actually, maybe this, yeah, this is a different login. Okay. Logging in now so you guys can see what happens within Boker when you are creating your ISBNs. So when you create your account and you are signed in, you're going to see buy ISBNs and buy ISBNs in bulk. If you go to the buy ISBNs, you'll see that there is this 10 ISBNs for $2.95. So you can check out if they will try to upsell you and have you buy copyright services. You don't need to do that with them. They will also sell you barcodes if you want, and they'll charge you like 25 bucks a barcode. You don't need that either. So avoid the upsells and just move forward with your identifiers. So that is the first thing that you'll need to do as an author when you're starting to put all of your ducks in a row. The next thing, once you've got the ISBNs, you're going to go in and you're going to assign your ISBN. So here you'll end up with a whole, as soon as you check out, it'll look like this. You'll get all of your ISBNs inside of the account, and you can go in here and click assign title so that you can actually store the information about what your book is about. So I'll go into this one. So you can see you've got your ISBN number and you're going to put information together about your title, your subtitle, add your description, the language, the year that it's being published. So you're going to fill out the information here. If you have a cover, an activity book, you can go ahead and do that. Then you've got information about the contributors. So myself, Harry Avira, who's the illustrator, um, and then format. So this is more of an expanded version of what we see. But they want to know, like, what are the categories? What's your first category? And then sales and pricing. So you're going to put all the information here. Who gets to see this information? Well, it's a public database. Libraries, bookstores can pull this information and get the information about your book from this database. The other thing is that now AI is pulling information from the Boker database as well. So if when you're filling information out about your book, don't you might be tempted to skip some things that are not required fields, but fill it out. Put your bio there, put your book cover, because now that AI is pulling a lot of this information in, it will also help you to be identified when people are chatting with AI and they want to know about a book. Particularly for the genre that you're writing in, you may just find that your book comes up in the list of recommended books. It's one way to make that potentially an opportunity for you. Once you get your ISBNs assigned, the next part of the process is the Library of Congress. And this is a Library of Congress control number. So it will walk you through the process of, let me just stop the share because it's not anything too exciting to look at. But you're going to go to the Library of Congress. I'm going to put the link there for the Library of Congress and also for the site for the My Identifiers. Let me go and put that in here where I'm streaming. So for Boker, it is myidentifiers.com. For the Library of Congress, control number, it is here. Now, this is another identifier that will collect all the information about your book, and it is used for the libraries, and bookstores, and things like that. It becomes part of your copyright page. It's something that will help you to actually professionally publish your book. So you're going to answer some of the same questions that you did on your My Identifiers on your Boker. Things like what's the summary, a short summary of your book? What are all the ISBNs that are associated with this? So it's one Library of Congress number for a multitude of ISBNs that might go with it. For this, you will there were previously you'd have to wait 3 days to, sometimes a month or more just to get your the Library of Congress number. But now they've changed that so that once you apply, you immediately see that the number has been assigned. So then you're out of the way with your ISBNs, your Library of Congress control number. So you can get those all in the same day. The third part is the CIP block. It is something that is created for librarians. It looks very much like the card catalog kind of information that we would get that from, I'm probably dating myself, but um, a CIP block is also something that originates from the Library of Congress typically. I'm going to share this site that I'm looking at here. This is where I get my CIP blocks. Um, it's for independent publishers, but if you are a traditional publisher or you're a publisher, a small micro publisher that is publishing not only your books, but at least two or three other authors, then you do qualify for the Library of Congress to assign you a CIP block. If you do not, if you're an independent publisher or you've got your own publishing company, but all you're doing is publishing books for yourself, then you don't qualify. So I go to cipblock.com and you'll pull up the ability here, the PCIP application, which gives you all of the information. I'll zoom in on this a little bit. It gives you all the information that they need to create your block for independent publishers. Some people will say, well, April, what is this? And do I really need it? Because you're going to pay $70 if you're a returning customer, 85 if you're a first time customer. What they're doing is they're compiling all the information and generating that block of text that librarians are looking for, people in the literary community, and what a traditionally published book would have on the copyright page. So if you want to level up to publish the same way that any traditional publisher would do, then don't skip this either. I do know a number of authors just skip right over this process. Maybe they don't even know it exists or that they need it. But especially for librarians to get your book in their system, this block of text gives them all the classifications and everything that will help them categorize your book. If you don't have it, or let's say if you have it, the CIP block, it doesn't necessarily guarantee you're going to get into libraries. However, if you don't have it, it's very unlikely that you will. So you want to go through the process. Again, you're going to answer some of the same questions like your title, subtitle, all the ISBNs and the information that you need there. It will also point you to BISAC codes. It wants to know like what are the BISAC codes, and that's very similar to what ends up getting translated into Amazon categories. So that helps the librarians and also eventually Amazon and other stores that receive the information know what your book is about. So it's going to help you, but you are going to have to go through the steps. And certainly if anybody's interested in walking through that, I can go further with our Q&A today and actually walk through the process of doing that together. If not, then, but at least just know that you need to get those three things done. In order to have your CIP, to get ready for your CIP block, you just need to fill in the information. You need to have your ISBNs assigned, if applicable, your Library of Congress control number. I say if applicable only because if you're in Australia, for example, you don't need a Library of Congress from the US, right? You don't need that one if you're outside of the US. But if you are, then definitely get that first. So you'll fill out this form on cipblock.com, send the money into them, and then usually within 3 to 5 days, you have the CIP block. That then kind of finishes all the identifiers that you need to get. And you can provide that CIP block over to your designer when it's time to lay out your book. Pat, did that help? I mean, I know you also said, and when do you get them? ISBNs you want to get before it's time to move forward with your designer. You can buy them right at the beginning before you move forward with anything, or you can wait. You just want to have all of the identifiers in place before you send everything over to a designer to format your book.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, awesome. All right. Um, Karen says, can we write our own CIP block based on our previous book? No, don't do that because you're going to miss something. There's special classification numbers and other things that are created and that I don't believe that you should be trying to do yourself. So I would pay the $70 as a returning customer and go back to cipblock.com and pay them to do it for you.
That was Kathleen, not me.
Oh, okay, Kathleen. Yeah, so I would avoid trying to write it yourself.
I also asked your entrepreneur AI,
Mhm.
and I said, ask me questions to write my SIP block. And it gave me like 1 through 10. And it said, what are the ISBNs? Blah, blah, blah. Would you want me to help you find categories? And I actually don't know if I sent in the manuscript. I may have put the manuscript in. So it knew how to write
Okay. What
all
about the
those.
class? But did the final version contain the classification that
Yes,
it's
it
needed?
did.
It
Yeah.
did.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
And it gave me
that's
the subjects, LCSH, sister,
okay.
juvenile fiction, family life. It did all that stuff.
Ah, thank you. I did not realize that all of that was publicly available. So the only thing that I'm not 100% sure of, and I'll follow up on this question, is I'm
Sure.
assuming that the librarian that we pay through cipblock.com is also filing that somewhere so that it's in the library systems. Where if you're just creating it and putting it on your copyright page, is that enough? Is it really doing everything that she is doing? And so I'll find out the answer to that question. But
How do we know
yeah,
she's doing it?
yeah, yeah. Well, we're paying her to do that, so it
But
is a service.
also, my last book that I wrote, which was my first book that went through a publisher,
Hmm.
that he just put on the copyright page um, that the catalog and publishing block is on file.
Yeah, that's not a good way to do it.
I didn't think
That doesn't
so.
give any information. I've seen that happen before, and it's usually because people don't understand what they're supposed to do with that, or they just don't know what they're
Never did
doing.
it. Maybe
So
he never did it.
I'm sorry to say, yeah, that's not a good idea. But I'll get that question answered so that next time we get together, I'll have the information about what more that they do at the CIP block and other third parties that will create the SIP block for us.
Do we need to contact the lady? Who's the gal that's at the zipblock.com?
It's cipblock.com. Her name is Adrienne Bashista.
I
And
remember
all
her.
the
Okay.
contact information is in there on
Okay.
cipblock.com.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Karen. I see your hand is up.
Yeah, I had a question about copyright. Um, if I understood you correctly, previously said get your copyright, and then after you get your illustrations and the books all done, then get a second copyright. And
Yeah.
I did that with the worn out flag, and I was starting to do it with honoring veterans. And when I went in, it said that copyright for the worn out flag was still open. And I didn't know what
Yeah.
open meant, and it meant they were still investigating. I'm thinking it's been an awful long time, and I didn't know about that. So I stopped the process on the second one. What do you know about that?
Yeah. So the copyright.gov, when we go in there to enter our copyright, again, that's for the US. I always recommend people to go ahead and do the copyright. I'm just going to take a moment to say that I know that copyright law says that as soon as you write a book, that the information you're putting out on paper, it's yours, you have copyright ownership of it. But when something happens on Amazon or somebody is challenging your ownership of something, if you don't have a physical application or something you can point to, it's going to be really hard to fight anything in court, or just go to Amazon and say, hey, somebody just copied my book and they're using my cover and interior is not mine, but they're copying something of mine. You having that proof with the copyright assignment and the information and sending that over to Amazon gets the other one pulled down. So you
But what
can't do
about
that
this?
with this other, kind of open thing, like I wrote that and I can prove it because I'll send you a copy of a file, like it's
Well, do I
just.
need to wait for it to close?
No, you don't need to wait for the other one to close. So copyright.gov, when you go in there, you file your copyright, you're going to pay the $65, which you did for the first one. And
Right. And I paid it
sometimes,
again for the second
yep, yep.
one with
Sometimes
the
it'll take,
illustration.
in just a few months, you'll see that you'll get the copyright certificate. But I've seen it take as long as a year and a half to get the thing closed out and get a new certificate.
Okay, because
Unfortunately, there's no
I
rhyme or
think I
reason to
did
it.
it like, I think it's been about a year since I did the illustration one.
Yeah, it might be worthwhile to just give them a call or send an
Okay,
email asking them to check on it and just say it's been a long time. But you wouldn't necessarily have to hold up on filing your next one based on the fact that you're still waiting on the
okay.
first.
I didn't even realize it was open if I hadn't gone in there
Yeah,
to do the second one.
yeah. You will
Okay.
get a physical certificate in the mail with your copyright on it, and you could file that away with your book materials. But
I have
so
that
if
for
you,
the original. I don't know if I have it for the one with the illustration or not. Do
okay.
you get a second one? And would it be a different number? I don't remember.
It should, if you're filing a separate copyright, then I would assume that yes, that is a separate case where you will receive the information. I do know that because in my program, we do copyright the material, but then when we get to the illustrations, the contract that I use between author and illustrator gives you ownership to the
Mhm.
illustrations. The ownership that comes from that agreement um, kind of transfers the copyright ownership from the illustrator to you, the author. And so you're
Okay,
copywriting something that is created as if you did it yourself. But I do know that the Copyright Office does get very confused because they'll see the name of the illustrator and you might tell them this is a work for hire. But it seems like every time we do file with the illustrations, they come back with questions every single time. And sometimes that email might end up in your spam or maybe just buried. And then if you do not reply to their questions, they're just going to leave it open. So I would
okay.
definitely think going back and
Give them
having
a call.
getting them on the phone, explaining things to them. But if they talk about the fact that there's an illustrator name on the book and you're claiming copyright ownership of the illustrations, you just need to let them know, yes, it's a work for hire contract. I have the contract I can send you if you want to look at it that shows that the copyright has been transferred. It's my copyright. That's what I'm registering.
Okay.
So
I used
it's not
Reedsy, but they had a contract like you do. So
right, right. Yep.
my other question I put in the chat. So I got an order today for 50 of my hardcovers, which
Mhm.
is going to leave me with only about 25 left of the worn out flag.
Mhm.
So the book's been out, what, a year and a quarter, and I've sold about 225. And I'm thinking, okay, I guess I should order more. What do
Mhm.
you recommend?
Yeah, I would too. And you're starting, so getting bulk purchases now means to me that you're starting to break through and getting more known within these associations that are going to be focusing on bulk purchases. So I would
Okay,
say yes. If you work with Jenabeth Ortiz from Jostens, they
right.
do have a discount going on right now. I think it's 5 or 10% off for this
Okay,
time of year. And also as we get towards the end of the year, you're going to start seeing additional discounts for printing. So if you wanted to keep things in the US, but you're waiting for some good discounts, I know last year and at the end of last year, they did like a 25% discount on your print order.
Beth did?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So it,
What quantity would you suggest, knowing what I've sold and the amount of time I've
Well, I mean, you have to balance a couple things. You don't want to have too much inventory sitting around for too long because it can get damaged or it just takes up space in your house. But the other thing is, you don't want to end up with somebody coming in with a bulk order saying, "Hey, I want to order 200 books," and you don't have any to give them.
Right.
So I would probably be looking at somewhere around 500 to 2,000, depending on the budget you have and how much marketing that you're doing around it, because you need to also be supporting those sales with a good marketing effort.
Okay. As much as 2,000, huh?
Oh yeah, that's where the magic is. It starts to really drop the price.
And if I had it, because I'm just about to order 250 of the veterans,
Mhm.
would Jenabeth combine the two orders together, maybe?
Yes, and she will count them as, like, you'll get the discounts. Say if you have 250 of one and 750 of another, you'll get the discount as if it's you're ordering 1,000 books, even though they're two different books. And most printers do not do that for you.
Okay.
So you will get the benefit of the additional. Same thing if you partner up with other authors that are all getting books printed at a certain time. If, say, each of you is ordering 5,000 and you have 1,000 and you order, and there's five of you, and you all you're ready to go and do a print order. If you go to Jenabeth with that order, she'll give you pricing as if you ordered 5,000.
Is there anyone else that would be interested in doing that in your clients?
Good question. I would post it into the Facebook group for our mastermind, and maybe bring it up at some of our drop-in sessions. So, but that's a
Mhm.
great idea. Just let people know that, hey, I'm going to do a print run. Can we get together? And especially if you get together towards, like, when the end of year discounts come in, then you get an extra 25% on top of it. That can be really much better to get the prices down to almost where you might see the prices with overseas with China, without the
Okay.
long waits and the slow boat from China. So
Well, when you say end of year, though, is she thinking not offering
I
that till
think
like
I think it
December?
I think it was December that they offered it because they were trying to close the year out strong. So I don't know if you can wait till December, but that's
Right.
still something that to consider as you're starting to plan for some end of year stuff. Maybe get something. If there's enough of you, you've got time to plan for that end of year push for new print orders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I know the national parks talked about selling my books in 2025,
Hmm.
but I don't know if they were talking paperback or not. And even well, she said that the prices came down on paperback, but they're
Hmm.
still a little bit more than Ingram.
Do you have them do you think that these guys that are printing or looking to buy in bulk are looking for hardcover or softcover?
The ones that contacted me today, they've purchased 60 so far,
Hmm.
and they want hardcover. It's a
Because I
flag distributor.
Yeah, I do feel like sometimes there's, oh, why don't you mix 500 hardcovers, 500 soft covers? And I'm thinking soft covers, you're not going to get much savings on the soft cover versus what you can pay for them on Amazon.
Hmm.
So why invest in 500 of them when you can order, 50 at a time or something? Or if somebody says, "Hey, I want 200 soft covers," you can just go on to Amazon and say, "Drop ship these to this place," and it's
Right.
basically the same price. It's the economy of scale and the better pricing is much more associated with the hardcovers.
Yeah. Well, I just ordered 50 paperback of the honoring veterans so I could kind of like give them away to get
Oh,
like
that's a good
crystals
idea.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
so you're using it for a particular marketing
Yeah. And then
opportunity.
10 hardcovers, but then the rest of the hardcovers will be coming from Jennifer.
Hmm.
So, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. What else do you guys have questions about? If you are joining or watching this on YouTube, feel free to post your question there as well. We have a few here with us live on Zoom, and I have a couple things that I've been working on I can share with you guys while I'm waiting for other people to post some questions. So I have been, I'm not very good when it comes to recording myself and being really consistent with posting videos and posting social media. So while I go live once a week with you guys here, I just don't do as good of a job at keeping consistent with releasing videos, other videos, and also posting videos and reels and things that grow your account. So I started doing some digging into these apps and things that are available now where you can generate your own voice, like a voice clone and an AI clone of yourself. So I'm starting to play around with that. And I'm just wondering, has anybody else been doing that? Are you testing any of that out? Do you have any experience to share? I've got a couple that I've been playing with. They they kind of the quality varies depending on the tool, but maybe by next week when we get together, I'll have some additional recommendations for you. I have a funny one that I generated that I can show. Let's see if I can pull it up. It's a very big emotions, like big mouth movements and stuff. It has my voice and my picture, but it looks very odd when I play it. And I was like, okay, that's not working. Let me try other different tools. And I've got a bunch of different tools that I'm playing around with, but um, more to come because my hope is that as I pull these things together, I will be able to throw like go into a chat GPT or authorpreneur AI and say, hey, I want 30 days worth of content, and then be able to cycle that in to go through the different pieces of content and take the text, connect it to a tool that spits out a picture of me, an image or video of me saying the words that are there, or additional opportunities to generate content. But talking head videos and being able to answer questions or, Mythbusters. Here's my first self-publishing myth that we're going to talk about today. That kind of a reel that tends to do really well. We need to have somebody record it. And I just don't have the time or inclination of even wanting to go through days worth of just recording a bunch of video. So um, I'm working on some different options. Let me see if I got.
Dave, I think his name's, is it Dave Dopner? No. He's one of the guys that, when you guys do those seminars with a whole bunch of people,
Mhm.
he's been talking about that. He's the guy that used to be a valet and a rock star. You don't know who I'm talking about?
No, I
But
do
he's been
not.
talking about doing videos with your books.
Okay. So I'll just share this tool that I started playing around in. I do have some others as well. This one is called HeyGen, Heygen, and it's supposed to have some pretty good, let's see, quality and authenticity of the AI avatar. So I had to upload a bunch of different images of myself. I had to give it a bunch of different recordings of my voice, which of course I have lots of me talking because of everything that I do on YouTube. So I was able to upload a lot of that. And now let's see, all avatar looks and different things here. Let's see what we've got. Let me try to raise up the volume. I don't know if this is going to work. You probably can't hear a thing, right?
No,
Let me see if I can get this to go up higher, or maybe I can share this on some of the social channels as well. I'm going to go to audio, MacBook, so that the voice that you hear comes out of there instead of out of this thing that I'm recording with. Let's see. And I will also adjust the volume here. See if I
now
can
we
get
hear you.
output volume. Let's see. So full screen.
Joy.
Okay.
Hey, April Cox, your digital twin is ready. Try creating videos with it. Also, click the feedback button to share what you think. Hope you enjoy. Hey, April Cox, your digital twin is ready.
So not, loving that as much. But there's also others here that I was playing around with. Here. Oh, this is a photo avatar. I don't want photo avatars. Let me see. This one I thought was really kind of creepy. But okay, let's see, where did it go? Oh, this is the photo avatar. I got a recording one that I just played. This is photo. Oh, okay. Me in a cozy office, it says. Bear with me. Okay, here. Let's see.
That's a photo. Why can't you use a photo avatar?
I'm just saying that, like, I wanted to see it actually moving and talking, not just a photo. Let me see. Avatars. My avatars. I had one that was working fine. Create with AI Studio. Maybe I'm just in the wrong thing. But it was kind of creepy, to be honest with you. Oh, there's no script. So let's just say, so you write your script here. You've got your avatar here. Hello, this is April, and we're live on Zoom. What questions do you have for me today? I'll put, like, now this could be, of course, would be something related to whatever I'm posting for the day. But now I suppose if you take the words here and the image here, and then click generate, it's going to take the information and put it into something that hopefully will give us an idea of whether this tool is any good. Now, besides this one, I'm also testing a couple of other tools. One of them is Descript, and then a couple of others that I have been researching. Right now, it says it's 14% ready, so it's moving. It's doing some different things there. It has some other templates here that I started, like this is me, but it's in like a presentation form. And I do.
Hello, team. Here are the latest leadership meeting updates for transparency and to aid your decision making.
First, we're expanding the US sales team by 6. We believe now is the right time to grow. Second, our core focus remains improving US operations. Third, we will continue rolling out the new project management system for operations.
So this is a clone of my voice. What do you guys think about how it sounds? Does it sound like something that, like myself, or does it sound like an AI version that's not very good of myself? What do you guys think?
I think it's pretty cool.
I think it sounds like you.
Yeah, it's distinguishable that it's you, not the first one.
If I can find one that has visuals that doesn't have like big, huge mouth motions, like the one that I was just, well, I'm trying to find it here. Let's see. I think it's got all of these different ones that you can play around with. Let's see. Self-publishing secrets. You can also pick avatars and just, you can put your voice to somebody else's avatar, or just pick an avatar and have them be the face of your brand. You don't have to actually be the face of your brand anymore. So this is kind of interesting to play around with some of these things and just see whether or not any of this can be helpful. But I'm just trying to get my little techie brain wrapped around it so that I can do something that will help me have to work less in order to get more out of my social media presence. So more to come. I do have other tools that I've been playing with, and maybe that's where some of this is. Oh, okay. This now says that it's done, the one that we just recorded. So let's see how this sounds.
No voice.
This is April, and we're live on Zoom. What questions do you have for me today?
Creepy, right? The creepy smile. That doesn't, like, the mouth isn't really moving very well. So the voice was okay, but the smile was kind of creepy and didn't really look or sound like me. So I'm going to have to keep going and keep trying some different things.
and see what happens. Avatars, I definitely.
I like the backdrop on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is, so if I say like, oh, I think I want this one, of course, these are generated. Some of these images are generated with AI. So there's AI tools where you upload images of yourself and then it'll generate an AI you that you can tweak a little bit and then, maybe change your clothes so that you're in a suit. In this case, my hair is much better than it usually happens by itself. It's not a crazy mess. So this is you can kind of generate AI avatars of yourself and then add, hello, everyone. April here. What is new with you? Ask me anything about self-publishing. I always am interested in trying to figure out, now I'm going to click generate. So, you could put a whole reel's worth of information, a few minutes talking about whatever your topic is, and then have an image you pick and then click generate. And hopefully that gives you what you're looking for that you can actually use and doesn't make you feel embarrassed about using it. Maybe I'll introduce myself as AI April. This is AI April, and this is a natural sounding voice we've put together, and then go into whatever I'm talking about. So, but I did like the sound of the voice clone. I found that Hey Jen does a really good job of voice cloning. What I think is that other tools will probably do better. Like 11 Labs is one that I'm looking at, and also Descript and one or two other tools. And I'm taking all the information and just giving it a try. Once I've got this down and I've got the cloned voice and a cloned avatar that doesn't make these crazy mouth movements, maybe I can just start generating a ton of content. And you'll be like, what is going on with April? Where did she come up with is she hiring a full-time social media person? Well, we'll see. So I always like to keep you guys up to date with some of the new things that I'm trying. I also had a gentleman that I met with this week who has a new AI tool for editing. So it's basically writing and using AI, but also the tool is much more expanded than what you can get just using like ChatGPT or Authorpreneur AI. It is specific for creating your book, outlining your book, filling it in. It has accurate word counts and it's got a bunch of really cool things. So I met with him and he's granted me full access to the tool. So I'm going to be testing that out and probably demoing it next week so that you guys can see whether or not it's something you might want to also look at. It's very inexpensive, and the amount of expertise that went into creating this. And right now, I think they said that they have a user base of something like 20,000 people that have been beta testing it, and they have a full Discord community. So it's in really solid shape. And I'm looking forward to seeing whether or not it can resolve some of the pain points that I've been having with some of those very large manuscripts that I've been trying to help my authors tame, right? Because you might want to come up with if you've got a large manuscript and you're trying to figure out how to pare things down, you need to be able to organize it. Or if you're writing things from scratch and you want to be able to start organizing things in a way that makes sense, working on little bits and pieces of it, having tools at your fingertips that help you refine your writing and gives you suggestions and ideas as you go and as you write, that is much more, the quality is extremely good, much better than I've seen in any other tool. And I've looked at Pseudo-Write and I've looked at a number of other writing tools. I've not found anything that's been able to deal with the issues that I've been having. So
How about Atticus?
Atticus is a formatting tool that does help. You can go in and you can write things, but it's not going to help you get your 100,000 word manuscript down to 60,000, which is one of the challenges that I'm having now with one of my authors. Or if you have a 20,000 word manuscript, it's not going to help you like figure out where to flesh things out and make them better.
Okay.
Pseudo write can do some of that, but it doesn't do everything that we're talking about. So I'm really excited. I do have a demo video that the gentleman sent me that I can share with people that are interested in learning more about it. But I am also going to be evaluating the tool and sharing it with you guys during like an open Q&A. I may even bring him in and have him talk about the tool. Very cheap, $20 a month. So very similar to what you'd pay anywhere else. But the advancements in what I'm seeing with the AI tool is pretty incredible for this geek. Okay. Right. What else do we have for questions, guys? Let me check my YouTube friends here and see if we've got any other questions. Nothing here. We've still got 10 minutes. So if you've got something, Kathleen, you said you had something you wanted to work towards bringing up. You've got is it a new book you're creating?
Yes. You said maybe next hour, or is it fine now?
Yeah, well, tell me a little bit more about what you're doing. Maybe we can start some of it here and then we can say goodbye to our YouTube friends and then move into the deeper dive with our mastermind section in the next hour.
Okay, I wanted to list a new book on my Amazon KDP.
Okay, let me go ahead and change my Zoom, my audio here so I'm back in my ear again. And so that you guys are not blaring with the tin voice coming out of my computer. All right, let's see.
Perfect. So Kathleen, do you have your, are you logged in and you want to share your screen, or do you want to just like send me the credentials through Zoom
I'll send
chat?
you the credentials.
Okay, let me go
So,
in. I'll go, I think I might have some of it saved already.
yeah, you
so
should.
I'll go ahead. Once I log in, then I'll share the screen and we can see what else we're looking at here. Okay. 11 story time, right?
Yeah.
Tell us
And
about the book that you're launching.
Oh, this is the second edition of the Leaf Zombies.
Oh, okay.
And you know what happened to the first? He wouldn't let me out of the contract. So I did work with the illustrator, same illustrator, and she oh,
I've
do you
got a
need that?
code. I got a code that I just sent to you whenever you're ready.
630093.
Okay.
And so I did a new cover.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a new copyright on this one. That's the first book.
Okay.
Um,
So have you walked, so you said you wanted to do something on Amazon. You're asking to create the new title.
correct.
Okay. Now what about so this one was, let me just make sure I understand. So it was published with a different publisher.
No,
That was like what?
this one's my first one. And the other one I have to list on Amazon right now because it's under the publisher's name. So I need to
Oh.
create it under my KDP.
So you're creating a new account, a new
An
book on
entire new
KDP.
book. That's correct.
And is that going to step on the copyright from the first version of this book?
Well, I have all new ISBNs. That's
Okay.
what you suggested. I have a new
Mhm.
cover, which is what you suggested, and I'm getting a new copyright, which you suggested.
Okay.
And
So
it was
don't-
also what the publisher said when you and I spoke with him over years and a half ago.
Yeah.
And he says, well, just have a new cover done and get all new ISBNs.
Yep.
So we decided that that's the route we're going to do and a new copyright. And so, although the title's the same, the book cover
So it's the Leaf
is
Thief
The Leaf Zombies.
Zombies. Okay.
And then I have a subtitle that
You work through with the Authorpreneur AI.
yeah, and I already submitted it to
Okay.
Grace on the form.
Okay.
But
What's the subtitle?
a fun fall story of fallen leaves, comma, a playful trick, and a big surprise, exclamations. And a big surprise.
Do you have the comma between or before this? It could go either way.
I don't.
Okay.
And I think there's one called
That's fine.
Amelie. Is you familiar with Amelie?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So this
So
is fine with MLA,
that's
no
fine.
capital A,
No
no,
capital A,
none
yeah.
of these other. Okay, so good. So, and is this going to be part of a series for you?
No.
Okay, so we'll skip over the series information. So right now, for those of you that are not familiar with this I'm in KDP, which is Amazon's platform for publishing print-on-demand books. And here we're going to put Kathleen. So we put the title information. Now we're going to do the
INS.
IN, the
Yeah,
VIN.
IN, sorry.
Okay, Levins. And then contributors for the illustration side.
That's Rita Nilsson,
Okay, Rita.
NIL,
NILSON, right?
SON, yeah.
Okay. Did you do a description that you can shoot over to me?
I did.
Okay. So you can send that over by email or just paste it in the chat and I'll go ahead and paste that in there.
Okay.
And we've got I own the copyright. The primary audience does not have anything sexually explicit in it. And the age group, is it 4 to 8?
It seems to always want to say 4 to 7.
Okay. I mean, I usually do 3 to 7 or 4 to 8, but so
Okay.
you said 4 to 7
4
is
to
what you.
8. I mean, either would work for me.
Okay, I think 4 to 8 is probably good.
Can the book description also be what's printed on the back of the book? Or does it have to
No,
be
so
something different?
it should be something different. And if you just have what's on the back of the book and you want to send that over to me, that's fine. I'll use AI, my Authorpreneur AI, and we'll come up with the Amazon description for you.
Okay,
Do
because
that.
I have a back of the book one, but I don't have, you'd have to probably use
Yeah,
the
that's
AI
fine.
to get it.
Yep, that's fine. So, and for those who aren't aware of what Authorpreneur AI is, it is my AI tool. It's a custom GPT that I've created and trained over a number of months. It has everything that ChatGPT has, plus a bunch of the things that are between my ears and all of my experience and things coming up with my publishing course and how I would want the tool to behave. So I had to do a lot of training to get it to answer questions the way that I would. And so you get the best of both. And at this point, all you need in order to take advantage of logging into authorpreneur.ai is just go to that URL and then sign in with a ChatGPT account. So if you have a free account, that's fine. You can get in and be able to do what you need to do. The only difference between having a free ChatGPT account and the Plus account is when you are using my custom GPT, anything you're doing on a free account is going, basically they're going to use it. It's not protected. It's not, hidden from the rest of the world and training on AI. That's with any ChatGPT. So I always recommend that when you're using an AI tool, that you do upgrade to the one that allows you to keep your things private and will give you some additional benefits as well, as far as like for the free ChatGPT, you don't have projects and it doesn't have like additional functionality that only comes with the Plus. So for $20 a month, it's well worth upgrading to the Plus if you're going to be using it regularly. All right, Kathleen, just let me know when you've got the things sent over to me and we'll go back to that description. There's also the need to get some really good keywords for Amazon. These are the back 7 keywords, and they should be long phrases. This is also something that my Authorpreneur AI has been trained on. And man, between the description, the keywords, categories, and all of the things that it's been able to brainstorm, it's taken my analysis when I'm creating a new book from 3 or so hours to set it up down to less than an hour to get everything in one place and have really good solid keywords, categories, everything that you need. So I'm happy to demonstrate that as we're setting up your book. Okay. So just let me know when you drop that description in.
Okay. I'm just emailing it now.
Okay. So I will go and stop the share for a moment while I go grab that from you by email. And I might as well just keep the YouTube connected, guys. Normally I would disconnect by now and then shift to the stuff that I'm doing more broadly or deeper with my mastermind group, but I don't want to stop sharing what we're doing. So I'll just keep going, give you an opportunity to see how we set up this print on demand version of Kathleen's book, and then we'll disconnect after that. So if you want to hang on and learn, I'm walking through it real time here with you. All right. So you do have some keywords there.
Yeah, I did a
that
little
the
homework
Authorpreneur
before.
AI did. Okay. Back end keyword phrases. Oh, you've got the listing description. You've got everything that I would have recommended that you do. So
There's a cute description in there under Amazon listing description.
yeah, I like it.
I don't like where it says, or will everyone end up laughing? Because that kind of gives it away.
Right.
But I do like, will dad survive the scare? I do like that one.
Okay. Leaf zombies. So let's pull this together. I just want to show what I would how I would typically come up with this. So back to Amazon, I'm going to go and share. You've done a great job with that, what you sent me, and we could normally just do that ourselves. I could just copy that in, but I'm going to go through the process here. I'm going to get into Authorpreneur AI. I'm going to typically when I'm using this tool, again, you'll see the familiarity. Boy, oh boy, my tongue is twisted, of what you normally would see with ChatGPT. But I'm going to start a new project, and I'm going to just put the title. It's the Leaf Zombie.
Oh, the AF. Yeah.
Zombie. Okay. So the Leaf Zombie. So I'm just creating the project. If you
Oh, there are
use
two
this
zombies. Doesn't
zombies
matter.
with two. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. When you create a new project through the plus version of ChatGPT, then you have the ability to add files. So this is great because if you've got descriptions, you've got your manuscript, you've got a bunch of stuff you want to upload here, and then you want to start chatting with AI to talk about the things you need to do, that could be really helpful. So adding the files here is really is a good additional thing you can do. Manuscripts, different versions of things, but we're just going to start and say, act as a Amazon SEO expert and help me to create my Amazon description and keywords and SEO for a book titled The Leaf Zombies. Okay. By Kathleen Levins. Let's see what it does when we just submit that at that level. It doesn't have a lot of information. So it's saying, I got it. We're going to get together and we're going to pull this in. Optimize. Oh, you know what? It's remembering all the work that you did with it already in my tool. So it's bringing me all of this information. That's the other reason why I love.
That's very helpful.
So it's pulling everything in. Let's start fresh with this book and start over. Ask me any questions you need to ask to complete the activities I requested. See if I can just tell it to wipe everything out and start fresh. All right. So normally the way I train this is if it doesn't have the full context of what we need, then it will ask you questions. So if you've not been using my tool, it wouldn't have the memory of everything that we already did. Okay, about the book. What's the target age range? So we say number 1, 4 to 8. Number 2, is the story written in prose or rhyme? Kathleen? Is it a rhyming story?
It's a rhyming story.
So we'll just say rhyme. Okay. What is the main hook or theme? Spooky but fun, seasonal change, friendship, those kind of are examples.
Yeah. it gave me a list of them.
Yeah, so just answering it from like starting fresh, what type of, what's your main hook or theme that's associated with the book? Is it fall?
It's cozy fall story for kids, playful autumn adventure, funny leaf story children, books with rhyming text, bedtime stories, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Um,
What kind of tone does it have? Silly, spooky, so it is humorous, right?
yes, it's humorous. It's the silly Halloween, silly zombie, or not scary Halloween, or
I'll mention that it's not scary. So we'll put that there. And then we're going to come through, how do you describe the illustration style? Would you call it whimsical or bold, realistic, cartoonish?
more whimsical. That's kind of
Okay.
playful.
What are comparable books you like to compete with? Like Room on the Broom or Creepy Carrots, things like that?
Which I don't know any of those books.
Okay. Do you have
Usually
any that,
it gives you ideas.
okay, so it's at anything that you would be, that when you were writing the
Halloween.
book that you was like, oh, this, people like this book, they'll love my book.
Um, I would have to do some research to find
Okay,
out
well,
what
let's just
similar
use
books.
these. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
do Room on the Broom, and these are like funny, humorous stories
Right.
that are similar themes of what you're doing. Do you want to highlight this more as a Halloween book or as a general autumn and fall book?
More of a general autumn fall, and then Halloween secondary. Only Halloween because I changed the cover and it's got the little girls doing the zombie dance.
Okay.
But before it was very autumn colors and everything.
Okay. So is this your first book or part of a series or author brand? Is it part of a series? No, it's a first book,
No,
right?
it was the
Okay.
first one. That it's a second edition of the first one.
Okay. First book,
Second
second
edition.
edition. Okay. So SEO and selling points. Now, in as this AI is starting to pull together the different pieces of what's going to go into your Amazon listing, it needs to know what are the powerful things about your book that it needs to bring out into the keywords and also into the description. So, what do you want parents and teachers to take away from this? Is it a fun, like, here's examples: fun read aloud, helps with fears, seasonal learning, bedtime giggles, anything specific? I'll try to zoom in on this so you can see a little better. What's the take? What do you hope that parents or teachers take away?
Well, there's father-daughter children's book because it's got the family bonding story, siblings adventure book, daddy and me picture book,
Okay.
books
That
about
doesn't seem
playing
like anything
outside.
about, that doesn't say anything about fall. So is fall the secondary topic and it's really more
Um,
father-daughter?
no, it's a fall book, but it has to do with the daughters playing the trick on the father while he's raking the leaves, the fall leaves.
Oh, okay.
Um, um,
Okay. Are there any unique educational angles that you're using with this book? Does it
um,
teach anything about the autumn, or does it have any like bonus content that
no, it's
we should also
no
mention?
environmental stuff. The um,
Help with categories. All right.
well, it has a category that says holidays and celebrations, Halloween,
Yeah,
but
don't,
it's
let's
yeah.
start fresh with this so that we're not
Okay,
repeating things that came
okay.
from
I
the
was
other
just
one. Yeah.
okay.
Fun fall family book. All right, so once I know these, I can write an optimized Amazon description, generate the 7 backend keyword phrases. So all we had to do is answer some questions. We had 10, 11 questions here to answer, giving it the right information, and then we can go ahead and submit that, and it will generate the information we need for the Amazon listing. So it's got a long form Amazon description with the HTML formatting that you can copy. Let me see if I can just short form description. I don't like show me the description without HTML formatting. I just want it regular. Give it to me vanilla. All right. When fall leaves come to life, laughter follows. Every autumn, the wind rustles, leaves tumble, and suddenly they're not just leaves anymore. They're leaf zombies, silly, playful, and never scary. These colorful creatures swish and swirl across the neighborhood. So this is an example. Obviously, I didn't paste in the full description of your book. So you would want to do that before you're asking it to make a better description for you. And then it gives the different types of things the book is helpful for. It does a nice job of marketing, having a little marketing thing. If you don't want to use this one exactly the way it is, we can just use the other one. But I wanted to show some of how quickly and easily that you can pull these things, and it'll even put the little emojis and things like that in. Okay, so do you want me to create a punchier one paragraph version that fits neatly into this about this book preview section? I think we're okay with this, but let's go and look at some of the other. So it does it gives you a shorter version. And then here's the 7 keyword phrases. Silly Halloween books for kids ages 4 to 8. Fall rhyming picture books for children. Autumn read aloud stories for families. Not scary Halloween books for preschoolers. So you can see it does a good job of picking really good long tail keywords. And this is where Amazon can see what the book is about and better understand what they should be showing your book for. And you even have the father-daughter bonding. You've got picture books. You've got families, the age group, preschoolers, funny monster books for kids. I suppose that's a little bit of a stretch, but still. And then here's some of the categories it suggests that you check out. So, I mean, this is pretty incredible how much information that it gives us in just this short time together. So I'm going to just go in, since you've already sent me the description that you've landed on, I'm just going to go in back here and paste that in. I don't want any emojis that are going to cause issues, so I'll get rid of those. One of the things that I see that happens sometimes when you're cutting and pasting things in is that it's wrapping too soon. And so you just do have to take a look at what you're putting there and make sure to delete the extra spaces or anything that might be could cause a funny formatting issue. So I do like this. Will Dad survive the scare? And adding a little bit of white space between the paragraphs or the sentences here is going to also help make it feel less like a wall of text. Perfect for children ages 4 to 7. Over here, I'm just going to highlight this and put bullet points instead of these boxes that came along with the copy and paste. So here, relatively quick and easy to set up. Read aloud for Halloween. Read aloud. Okay, so we have all the, oops, we've got a little, what? All right. This is not part of that. Okay. I'm just going to make this last sentence a call to action. Grab your copy now for a must-have. Must-have for your fall bookshelf. Ideal for classrooms, libraries, or a Halloween book that's funny instead of frightening. That's fine. We've got that there. We're going to come in and grab the keywords. Look at the description. Now we're going to come in and grab the keywords over here. And I can grab these right from here. Silly Halloween. Paste those in.
Is it a good idea not to use any of these keywords that's in your title? Or does it matter?
You
Title of
don't,
your book?
yeah, you don't need to repeat keywords that are in your title. So is there something that you think we should steer clear of?
No, I just, but when I did the keyword in the entrepreneur AI, it didn't, it, it stayed away from that.
Right.
And I'm sure it's for a reason.
The one place that I would say to use it as a keyword is in ads, because you want Amazon, when you put your first ad together, it will tell Amazon to go and make sure that you're indexed for the title and the subtitle and the author name and all of these here. It'll help you expedite getting that indexing. Now the categories, this is the ebook, right? For the categories, I usually use Publisher Rocket to get a better sense for how many sales to number one that I need. So you could just use what the AI suggested. That's not going to tell you how many sales that you need to sell in order to be number one bestseller in your category. So Publisher Rocket is from Kindlepreneur, Dave Chesson. It does a really great job of helping you understand the information about your categories themselves. So I'm going to check Kindle, look at children's ebooks, and then I can use things like that were brought up, like typing the word fall. Let's see, there's no categories with the word fall in it. Seasons, let's see, nothing with the word seasons. Let's see the ones that the AI recommended. Let's see. Categories, Halloween, juvenile fiction, animals, general. I don't know if it's an animal book, really. Humorous stories, autumn. Oh, autumn. Juvenile fiction, seasons, autumn. I don't think there is a seasons category, but let me try that. Sometimes, I will say, sometimes AI hallucinates and it might tell you that something exists, but it really doesn't. Yeah, there is no autumn keyword for Kindle books. Maybe there's some one for paperback books, but not for Kindle. So we're going to use what's in AI, but we're not going to be tied to just that. We're going to look at other things here as well. Halloween. So Halloween celebrations, it's Kindle, children's ebooks, Halloween and celebrations, Halloween, and that's 15 sales to number one. What does that mean? It means that you need to sell 15 books within a 24-hour period in order for you to be number one in that category. At least that's what it takes today. If you were launching 2 weeks from today, it would be a different number because whatever book is at the top, it's gonna pull that information. Oh, they're selling 50 every 24 hours, so you have to sell 51. So it gives you an idea of what you need when you're launching your book. But if you spend time away from this, or you've got some time between when you set up your book to when you go live, you'll want to come back and check again. So 15 sales. Let's go and add this category. I think it's a good one. So Halloween, holidays and celebrations. We go in here to the categories. We got children's ebooks. And you have to traverse the whole thing. Holidays and celebrations. Halloween. Fiction. So that's one. Now we're going to go
They also
in.
offered nature and then seasons. Is that?
Well, I don't see it here. So if we did science, nature, and how it works, I'm not seeing anything that says seasons. Nature, let's look. See, nothing about seasons here. Weather. So weather, yes. Environment, that's it. Flowers and plants, forests and trees and gardening. So it's, like I said, with the categories, it's sometimes making things up, or it's coming. Maybe there were categories that were named that before, but they're not there now. Or maybe it's pulling from book categories that do not exist in the ebook side. So unfortunately, now what kind of an animal? Do you have a squirrel in this book?
Um, there's a picture of of a squirrel, but it's kind of like a,
It's not an animal book.
no, it's just like an NPC. Just
Okay.
a little drawing in the background, and a dog too.
Okay.
But
So we got children's ebooks. They also mention here that we could do humor. So let's look at this. So with children's ebooks, humor, there's just a few general categories. So if I want to know, well, how competitive are they? You might think, oh, cartoons is a great category, but if we look at it and it says you have to sell 400 books to number one, you're probably not going to use that when you're launching your book. So let's just put put the word humor in here. Now it's going to pull up how many sales you need. So humor cartoons is 21 sales to number one. Action and adventure humorous, 45. So I mean, humor cartoons, you think that fits? Or humorous? Say humorous. You can see if you were going through things and you found this humorous category, you'd be like, oh, that's good for my book, but it's 608 sales to number one. So it's important to be able to find the right things. Poetry humorous, that's another option, but we're not seeing any numbers here because it's a duplicate or a category that's already duplicated elsewhere. So it's under the poetry category. Let's go look at poetry. Poetry, early learning poetry, literature and fiction poetry. So these aren't too bad. Would you consider your rhyming book poetry as a good fit for one of these poetry categories?
yeah, it's, I would say yes.
Or it's not early learning,
No,
or is it? So maybe this one here then,
yeah, it would
under
be that
literature
one.
and fiction poetry. So we'll go here and put it under literature and fiction, and then poetry here. Oh, and there's humorous here. So we've got humorous poetry. Perfect. Dr.
It
Seuss
was,
gets his own category.
it's fantastic.
Okay.
It also offered growing up and facts of life, and then family, parents for the strong daddy-daughter thing.
I like that. Okay. So
Growing up
growing up and facts of life,
and family,
family, good.
and parents. For,
Good.
there's also siblings too, because the two girls are the main characters.
Right. So let's see if we're going under growing up and facts of life, family. We can also go into Publisher Rocket and type the word family and see what are we expecting here for sales. I like Publisher Rocket. You can click the little up and down arrow next to things and get the least amount, the sales to number one sorted. So as we look at this, this is parents, family life, parents, family life, siblings. Let's see. Values, new experiences. What was the full category under family life?
Family, parents, yeah, and said
Parents.
for the strong daddy-daughter theme.
Yeah, so the parents, I'm just going to put the word parents and see if there's any other. Parents is 14 sales to number one, so that's not bad. So based on what we've talked about, you're probably going to want to try to get, when you're launching the book, see if you can get your launch team or your email list to be able to order and target maybe 20, knowing that you'll try to, you should be able to hit that 14 in a 24-hour period without too much trouble. So we're going to put this under parents. Go in here.
Why are there little dash marks on those, the ones underneath that? And publisher rock?
Yeah, parents, sorry. So those just mean that it doesn't have things tied directly to it. What did I just do? It looks like I didn't save that category. Hold on one second. Growing up, facts of life, children's ebooks, growing up in facts of life, and then
Family,
family life.
parents.
And there's a lot of grandparents books. This is where that would live too. We've got parents here, parents fiction. So I'm going to have to save. Now you've got all 3 categories. So we're allowed 3 categories. You've got all these. And your question was, why are we seeing
Oh, and
some things
publisher
don't
rocket.
have numbers? So as we look at this, these dashes, you can also
Correct.
see it says ghost. So there are great time, get it working up to Halloween, but ghost categories mean that there's another category equivalent to this one that this is just like that category. So it's kind of like a sister category. And if you put it in one category, it goes in both. So this is the family life parents one. So it's the same exact number, and it is similar with this category here. It doesn't have its own numbers. It reports into this category. So whether it's fiction or nonfiction, it's this number that it takes to determine how many sales to number 1. Okay.
Thank you.
Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so now we've got the very first one all set. The next piece is a secret that I found just by accident one day, that you can actually, actually first I'm going to go back to the ebook details. I want to show you one thing. If you're going to do a pre-order, the best thing to do is at the bottom, when you're first launching the book, you're going to go to the bottom and say, make my Kindle ebook available for a pre-order. And then you're going to select a pre-order date. So out, say, the 29th. Gives you a couple of weeks to get people to pre-order and get this book ranking to, hit that number 1 new release or bestseller. You could do it sooner if you wanted, because today is the 10th. So maybe you want to do, say, I'm going to launch it on 23rd. I usually launch on Tuesdays. So you're setting up this as a pre-order, then all you need is your front cover. You do not need anything on the interior of your book whatsoever. That helps you to be able to launch at 99 cents. Where once you upload the interior of your book, you're very likely not going to be the file, the size of the file is going to inflate the cost, the minimum cost of your book. So Kathleen, I'll leave it to you whether or not you want to do a pre-order or you just want to say, hey, I'm just launching it right now. Completely up to you. I can go back and change that. And then when you get to the manuscript, you say, it says ready to upload your pre-order book manuscript file. You can just say, no, I don't want to upload it. I'm going to upload the file later. And you can come here and upload the cover right here. That's all it needs to be able to launch. And then you'll have a reminder to come back later and put the interior file there when you have it. And then that will allow you to go live with the book, including, and then at some point, sometimes when you go and add the interior file, you can't launch it at 99 cents anymore. You have to launch it at a higher amount. So that's some of the reason why I do these changes here. So Kathleen, tell us about your book. This is a version 2 for you, right? So
Yes.
are you just going to upload the files? You have all the files ready now?
Yes. I have the files, but Praise is still doing the book design. I have the book cover and I have the manuscript.
Could you send me the book cover by email? So
Sure.
that I can, so I would go ahead and launch this pre-order, and even while she's working on the design, and just get this out. That way we'll have it launched and you'll be able to upload the interior file. So this, I, by the way, I also went in, I remembered you saying this was the second edition. So I put the number 2 in the edition so that it shows that it's a new version of the book. Okay, I'm going to do upload a cover that I already have. Let me know if you're uploading it into the chat or if you're doing it somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see what she did.
While you look for that, I'm going to stop my share for a second. And I'm going to give Pat an opportunity to ask her a question. Pat, you've got a cover design or input about the cover for your book. While Kathleen digs out the cover and forwards it over to me, we've got a little bit of time if you want to share your cover, and we can then come back to Kathleen.
Okay. Let me do this. Hold on. Here's the first one.
Okay,
This is
sharing?
just, this is,
Hold on one second. I just want to see if you're sharing. I'm not.
it says you are screen sharing.
Okay. Okay, it's coming up. It's right now, it's white. Oh, there you go. Okay, go ahead. But can you zoom in?
Not zoom. Okay, zoom in. How do you zoom?
Or just open the screenshot. Right now we're in your files. And I see like just little thumbnails that are so hard to read. I can't really see
You
them.
don't see this cover?
I
You don't
see like a thumbnail version of it, but it's very hard to see. Maybe if you stop sharing and then share again, it'll show me like what you double clicked on and it zoomed into. Because sometimes we only share one screen and then we can't see when you take us elsewhere.
You don't see this, no.
Right now you're not sharing, so you have to share again.
Okay. Share. Share. See that?
Now we see it. Okay.
This is not the fourth book. She just put this on the cover of another book.
Oh, okay.
Because
The
see,
Adventures of a Little Trolley.
okay, that was one that she decided to do because
It's just
my
missing, it's missing an A, The Adventures of Little Trolley.
right. She's
Right?
kind of
Oh, is
showing
the A in the middle of where the trolley is? Oh, okay, I see.
well, this is just one of the possibilities because my
Okay.
problem on the other books is I did not put a subtitle. This is going to have a
Okay.
subtitle. So
Got
this
it.
is one thing that she did,
Mhm.
okay, was to put it a little sticker on the side.
Yep.
The other was real quick. Shoot. Just a moment.
No worries. Take your time.
Okay, let me try it again.
I emailed it to you, April.
Thank you. It just popped in. Good, good.
Okay, do you see this one now? This is the other one.
Let me pop back over to you. Okay, yes.
Okay, with this one, I know this is in the way. I don't know how to get rid of that. What she did is she took the first book and she put it above here.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I think I prefer that better than the badge.
I think I do too.
Okay. Anybody else have a
Okay.
thought or an opinion on this? Maybe you could, what you could do is, do you see where the X is in the far right corner? If you could click on the box to the left of it, just so that it maximizes the screen. There you go. Just gives us a little bit better view. I love this little trolley. So cute.
So you think it would be better to put it here?
I kind of like it that way. Of course, it's a personal opinion because both of them really look great. Anybody else have any feedback?
You're just talking about the gold arched banner?
Yeah,
Yes,
how
the
to put the
subtitle.
adventure of a little trolley. So she had one option was putting it in a badge on the front cover to kind of break out her series, and the other is to put it right above the title.
I kind of prefer the badge, but
I
you,
like
Do
the
you?
badge
As
because
is
then you could do like number
personal.
1, number 2, and number 3 on the
Oh, I
badge.
kind of like that too. You could put the number 1, 2, because
Yeah.
you know what? I'm changing my mind, Pat, because your book covers do look very similar. So having a badge with like a color and a strong number of the book, like
Mhm.
book number 1, book number 2, book number 3, that could be really helpful
Yeah, I think that
for
would be best.
identity.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I'm going to go back in now to where we are over here. All right, I took your file and downloaded it, the cover, and we're back to here, upload your own file. This one, I think. Okay, so again, it's just the front cover here. And then AI generated content, I assume is no, is that right?
No. Answers
And
now, yeah.
there's no previewer because there's no interior to preview. Your ISBN goes here along with, what's the publisher name that you're using? Kathleen Blevin Storytime or something like that? When I say publisher name, it's like the imprint, what you have listed on as your organization name on the My Identifiers account would be, it should all match. Kathleen, I think you're on mute. I'm not sure if you're trying to talk to me.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Kathleen Blevins.
Kathleen Blevins. Storytime. Oh, INS.
Yeah,
And is it Storytime?
correct,
Okay. And it's not apostrophe S, right?
correct.
Okay. Can you paste in the ISBN number as well? So I can paste that in there for you.
Yeah, or I could just tell it to you or did,
Oh, yeah, yeah, go ahead if you got it handy.
okay, I have it. It's 979. Oh, this is for the ebook?
Yeah.
Okay. 979
Hmm.
-8 -990 1495 -5 -7.
Okay, great. So you've got that. Now I'm just gonna, this is accessibility features. I don't know if my informative images include alternate text or not. I know that there are some like ebook, EPUBs and things like that where they add accessibility. I just don't know if this is going to be one of them. So I'm just going to leave it at, I don't know. This is a relatively new thing that they added. So now you've got everything on the second tab of KDP filled in. And now we're looking at the third tab here, which is the pricing. I always enroll in KDP Select when I'm first launching a book because you get a lot of benefits of like the free ebook, and you also get Amazon's extra love around KDP Select. So I would check that off. You can decide not to if you prefer not to. But then when you're selecting the royalty, if you want to launch at the lowest price possible to get the launch team, ability to launch at 99 cents, then choose 35 cents. And then you are allowed to do as little as 99 cents for your book launch. That will change after your launch, after you tell people, hey, I need you to go in, buy the book for 99 cents and give me a review. That's what you're asking for of your launch team, friends, family, launch team members. And that is how you get to be able to launch for 99 cents. And now we click, are you okay with me clicking submit for pre-order?
Am I able to go back and change anything? The only question I have is for that publisher name. I don't know. What do you mean when you said it has to all match?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I have to use the same one for Ingram?
if you go to my identifiers, when we sign in as you, let me just go here really quick.
It would be
Levin's
Blevins
story
Storytime
time.
at
And
Gmail.
hold on. when you log in here, I'll just log in and show mine. Oh, I already have it open here. So here's mine. My publisher name, which I guess it timed out. Hold on. Oh, that's why, because I'm using the wrong email address again. Okay, so when I sign in here, if here's my little Labradoodle publishing, and you can look across the top of your Boker, and you'll see the name, the organization name is here. My name is here. So what is in the organization name, exactly as it appears in this organization name, must be entered as your publisher name when you move over into the paperback and hardcovers. If you're doing hardcovers on KDP, it must
Okay,
be the
I'll have to
same.
double check that because I have the first one, I opened it up under a different email. I didn't have Blevin Storytime then, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to go in and see what that
Yeah,
name
it's
is that
more
I
like,
listed.
yeah, what name did you list? And you can always update it here. Like, let's just say, for some reason or another, I meant to include an LLC, but I didn't, and now I want to include it. So I come in here and I edit the organization name. It takes about a week for this to update and have Amazon be able to know that it's been changed so that you can then have everything matching and it'll let you move forward. If it doesn't match, you get this weird error when you're trying to submit. It doesn't happen with the ebook, but it does happen with the paperback. So it gives you just a cryptic error. The first time it happened to me, it took me a couple of weeks to solve, to figure out what the heck was going on. But all of those, you'll see it referred to as publisher name, you'll see it referred to as imprint. Anytime they ask for any of those things, it means it's your organization name for your publishing account. So now we can just
Okay,
hit
I'll have to go
submit.
back and hopefully I'll be able to change that after you hit
Yeah,
submit for pre-order, right?
that's right. Yeah. And you'll be good. You'll be able to, once it goes, it takes about a day for this to go live, and then you can go in and make any updates you want. You can move it from 99 cents to, $6.99 if you want to after your initial launch period. Just come back in, update it, do whatever you want to do. And again, across the top, you've got all your ebook details, the book description, subtitle, all of that keywords, categories is all here. The content upload is here, and then the Kindle pricing. One thing I do want to show you before I actually submit is if you come into this area, because we've just uploaded a cover, no interior, and we're setting it for pre-order, it will come up with, you must submit the final version of your pre-order title before Friday the 19th. Make sure you adhere to this because we didn't put any interior and we already gave it a launch date. So it's saying you must get this internal file uploaded by this date. If you don't, you could lose your pre-orders. So just make sure you remember, put this down somewhere that you're going to upload it by that date before midnight GMT, and then just resubmit. So that's the only thing you really have to remember.
So that would be all the work that Praise does, right? For the interior book design and all that. And then she'll give it with
Correct.
the front cover, but does she give it to you
Front
with the whole
cover's fine. It'll
package?
just be the interior of the ebook.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to click submit the pre-order. And so we've gone through this whole thing. Oops, hold on here. Looks like I have the wrong, chose the wrong cover image. So when they give you the okay that you've got the cover, they don't show you the cover. I should have double checked. But we'll just go in and put the right cover there. And that's it.
What did it pick up?
It picked up some other like screenshot that I had in my thing. That's weird. When I downloaded the book, or I should say, yeah, it had like screenshot something or other. So I picked one that had a similar name by accident. So we
Oh,
just need to upload.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Kathleen, this isn't going to do. We need to have the front cover only for this. So we need to, I'm just going to go into Canva for this and make you that front cover that we'll fix.
Okay, that's okay.
So
Thank you.
let me show you what you need to do with Canva, because you're going to want to have that front cover have a good amount of resolution. So we're going to just create a standard, let's just say custom design, custom size, and make sure, because this is a square book, I'm just going to do 2000 by 2000 pixels.
Well, it's actually not. The original
Oh, it's not?
version was 8.5 by 11, and then Praise said to
Okay.
keep the same
Oh,
keep the
okay.
same size as the first one. But now I do the 10 by 10s, but this one was not. It's my first
Okay.
book. I didn't know what I didn't
So, and
know.
that's fine. There's no right or wrong. So I'm just going to say I'll do 8.5 by 11 then. Create custom size. So you can just change it to inches and say 8.5 by 11. So just make sure that it's just the front cover size. You're not doing like a front back cover and uploading that whole thing.
I see. I'm
So
sorry. I didn't realize that.
that's okay. So we're just doing front cover. So now we've got this size here, and we can upload the image. Okay, hold on. Uploads. Let me see if I can find that file. Yeah, what you sent to me was just like a screenshot thing. So I think it's this one. Yeah, so I'm going to click on that. And then I'm just going to crop it halfway. Drag it over so you have like one full cover, front cover only image. And
Is it okay that the pipe's cut off?
the pipe.
The little pipe on the left side? There. Okay. Oh, it's not exactly, huh?
Yeah, it's not like it
There.
feels like, hold on. Actually, I'll just shrink it up over here,
There you go.
but then it's not coming the full length of this.
Mhm.
So I think the pipe is going to move over from the front to the back cover. Know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
it's
not
doing like a little
meant.
wrap.
Yeah, it's not meant to all be on the front cover. So now
Okay.
we've got this cover, and I'm going to just download it, and I'll name it. Let's see. This is what we're going to upload for your front cover. And let me just go in here, make sure that it says Leaf Zombies. So I rename it and know which one to do. Rename Leaf Zombies. So you'll have an email probably by tomorrow morning. And once you do get that email, you're just going to upload this, or just let me know and I'll jump in and help you out with it. We're going to upload that front cover, and then everything will be all good to go.
Can you email that to me and then I'll just upload it?
I will.
Okay, sorry.
And just remember, it's not just uploading, but you actually have to republish, because just uploading doesn't update anything until you actually publish it again. So you're kind of replacing what's there with your new upload, with your new update. Okay.
Okay.
So that is part number one. What the other thing I wanted to mention is that when you come back, I just did send you that email. When you go back to KDP, and you've got the ebook set, now when you click create paperback over here, it is going to copy everything that you already have done, so that you have everything already. You're not having to re-enter everything. The only thing that you have to consider is choose your categories that are picture book categories for your book, not Kindle, because Kindle categories are different than regular book categories. You will have to go in and choose the new categories. Some of them are very similar. So here we'll go to children's book and holidays, and let's see, holidays, Halloween. Where is it?
It's actually also Thanksgiving because it starts out like the mother's
Oh, here it is,
baking.
Halloween. Okay,
She's
so we've got
baking and stuff.
Halloween
Yeah.
there. We'll add the category that is facts of life. I would also take the time to go into Publish a Rocket and make sure that these, that you're selecting the right categories, similar to what we've been doing. So children's books. Oh, the other thing I should mention about categories is you can't, if this is a children's book, they must all have children's book categories. You can't have because I just saw one that said parenting. I can't really put it under parenting. It's got to be a children's book category because it is a children's book. So they must all be children's book categories. So we'll do growing up, facts of life, family life, parents. So it does have similar things. Sometimes books have an additional category that the ebooks won't, or vice versa. What else was the ones we did? We did holidays, we did parents, and then
Yeah.
what was the third
Could you also
one?
do siblings? Or is that
No, I would just check all these before you finalize them. But I was just trying to think of what was the third category we did. Oh, literature and fiction it went through, I think.
Mhm.
Trickster tales, that's different. Children's books, literature and fiction, trickster tales. Oh, we did poetry, I think.
Poetry.
Trickster
tricksters?
came in under
Oh,
literature
that's
and then
right.
poetry and then humorous. But is this better than trickster? I don't know, but
I don't
you
know.
can.
So is that something on Publisher Rocket?
That's right.
Or is that
Yeah, I would look at it on Publisher Rocket and see whether or not that trickster category might be better for you or not. And I would just spend the time to double check some of those other categories under books because we did the deep dive on the other, but I'll put it under books and then children's books just real quickly for that one about the trickster because I thought that was kind of interesting. Trickster. Trick.
Wow.
It's not even showing up over here. And sometimes that happens too. We saw it right there on Amazon, but this tool doesn't have it updated. Maybe it's a brand new category. I don't know. So we do the best we can. Now, the other thing is if I do put it under Trickster, we did Halloween books, Trickster, Amazon, humorous, children's books, Trickster. Sometimes you can see it here. All the like under books, children's books, humor, then it will show you some of the other things. If we click into humor, you can sometimes go through here to find the different aspects of it. But no, I'm not seeing it here. It's weird. Anyway, I would definitely recommend going a little deeper with the categories for your print book, getting ready for that. But other than the categories, everything else and uploading the files, that's all you need to do to have it all ready to go. Okay.
okay? Thank you.
So I think I have time for another question or two. It's 7 more minutes left together. Anybody have anything that we haven't talked about or you want clarification on anything we just went over?
Thank you.
That was very informative.
Yeah, sometimes just walking through it step by
Right.
step and seeing what
Mhm.
actually comes out the other end would really be helpful.
And I like
So,
the way that what you did was by going to Publish Your Rocket to
Mhm.
just, after you saw the categories, then you went to Publish Your Rocket to see, is that a good category?
right.
I never would have thought of that. Although I have Publish Your Rocket and I use.
Sometimes we see those things, but how many sales to number one is really important to know because you have to get your marketing around that.
Mhm.
I also, the other thing that I usually do that we didn't do here is if I'm going through, let's just say children's Halloween books, like say that's one of the keywords that you think would be good for you to use. And you've got all of those detailed words that came in. Let's see, hold on. trying to remember where that ended up going. Under here, maybe. All right, let's just say children's Halloween books, ages 3 to 5. So now it went from 20,000 to 4,000, right, for competitors. So depending on, but I would be pasting those long tail keywords in and checking what other books come up for those keywords. Whoops, sorry. Is it a good keyword phrase based on the company it keeps, right? Here's Room on the Broom, Pete the Cat, Spooky Wheels on the Bus. So this is good. And then I use a little tool called KDSpy. And I do have an affiliate link if anybody's interested. I could post that link. But KDSpy gives you a list of all the books that are on that front page, gives you everything about how many sales they're making, each one of those books are making. And so this one here, Room on the Broom, makes $40,583 per month sales. And that's way before Halloween. So I also use this to figure out what books I might want to target with Amazon ads. I love the fact that it gives me these popularity and potential. Like, okay, it's green for popularity, green for potential. Average monthly revenue on these books on page 1 is $19,000. It also tells me a little bit about pricing, average number of reviews for these books. And then there's this little red circle over here that tells me the number of sales to number 1. Hold on. If I do it as a category, let me go to the category. Halloween. I want to try to find one that's not already. Okay. If I look at the categories that this book is in, children's Halloween books, children's humor, children's animals books. So we got to go to the Halloween one. Even with all of those sales that this book makes, it's only number 3 in children's Halloween books. So when you get to this page, which is the category that you're trying to rank in, and you use the KDSpy on this page, so it's not a search page, it's a category page, then it will show you in that red circle how many sales that you need to make to hit number 1 in this category. So it's another way that another tool that I can use to go into a specific category. Like what we saw earlier is that we only had, there was a category that appeared on Amazon, but it didn't appear in Publisher Rocket. Over here, it says sales required to hit number 1 bestseller in a 24-hour period is 652.
Wow.
So very, very competitive category. Does that mean that you shouldn't use it? No, not necessarily. But if you're choosing 3 categories, don't make all 3 of them need 600 sales to number 1. Try to choose one category that can help you rank more easily. But this is a good category for a Halloween book because it helps put you in the right place so Amazon knows what your book is about. Okay. But yeah, there are other, parents. So you can kind of traverse this here, children's books, and you can follow the paths here. Is it Growing Up in Facts of Life? Here, now we're traversing the categories. Family life. And then you can go to, there was one for parents. So here's parents. So here's the parents one. And if I click on my little KDSpy, it's a Chrome extension that just lives up there, and you can click on it whenever you want. Now it's going to show me the ones for this category. And
I bought it. I bought
sorry.
it through your link. I'm sorry. I
Yep.
bought KDSpy through your link, and I'm very happy I did. Just
Yeah,
it's something
it's a
different.
one-time sale. You never have to pay again, and forevermore you get updates. So
Mhm.
this is showing me green and green. It's also gives me all of the books that are for the first 20 books on this page. If I wanted to run an ad and make sure that you got exposure in this particular category, you've got all of the estimated monthly revenue for these books. And when you export the information, you get their ASIN, ISBN number, all of that, so that when you're running an ad, you can plop those in, and then when people are on this book, if you've targeted that as one of your ads for one of your ads, then anytime somebody is looking at this book, you also have an option. I'll show you here. Here's it's #1 bestseller. We saw it was #1 in that category. But as you go down, you're seeing frequently bought together. So let's say, your book, we drive traffic. When people are looking at this book, they can look at your book. You start to see your books are connected. They also, it might appear over here, this says sponsored. All of these are either paying to be seen on this book's page or a similar category or keyword about these books. So that's why if I'm looking to run ads for a new book, I'm looking at the ones that are selling really well, getting lots of traffic, so that you can also get lots of traffic and eyes on your particular book as well. So all of these things, are showing other books and some of them are ads and some of them are just showing information that this person has a product video as well. So there's lots of different things that you can do to try to get more visibility for your book, like making sure you put it on or you advertise it on some of these pages here. See, I love you, mommy and daddy, children's picture book for bedtime. So this person created an ad that says, for this book or for books like this, show my ad, and they're willing to pay. If right now they're not being charged anything for me to look at their ad or their image, but if I were to click on it, that's when they pay. That's when they get charged. So it doesn't, here's another ad. See how it's now tied to this one? They're paying for advertising space here to be shown with this book. Right. So these are all, things to consider as you're planning your marketing for the book as well. All right, guys. Well, we are getting to the bottom of our time together. It was great hanging out with you. I will be back next week, and maybe I'll have AI April open up the meeting, and we'll see what happens from there.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, April.
Bye-bye.